Dallas Cowboys on the target of signing 5 a key player. The Dallas Cowboys are one of the most iconic franchises in the NFL, known as American Team. The Cowboys carry a legacy of greatness, high expectations, and constant hunger for another Super Bowl title. Every offseason presents an opportunity to reshape the roster and build a stronger contender. Here are 5 elite players the Cowboys could pursue to elevate their roster to championship level. It's a breaking news. Cowboys finally announced 5 key players in the NFL. The first player is Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is a running back powerhouse. Derrick Henry is one of the most dominant running backs of his generation. At 6'3" and over 240 pounds, he combines a large size with a surprising speed. His powerful running style allows him to break tackles, consistently wear down defenses, and explode for a long touchdown runs. Henry lives in a physical game and becomes ever more dangerous in fourth quarter, where a defender are exhausted. He is a nailed in short yardage and goal line situations, a home run threat capable of 50-plus yards run. Durable and experienced in playoff level in NFL Football Association League. The Dallas Cowboys had a strong offensive identity in recent years, but adding dominant powerful runner like Henry will transform their offense. He will take off a quarterback, Dak Prescott, and control the clock in tight playoff game and physical toughness offense. With a Henry in backfield, Dallas could impose its will on defenses to create a more balanced and dangerous attack. That's why a Dallas Cowboy need a Henry in order to improve or to control where it's on offense. The second player that Dallas Cowboys have officially announced is Chris Jones. Chris Jones is a defensive line game changer. Chris Jones is one of the most disruptive defensive tackles in football. He dominates at the line of swimming with a strength, ability, and elite pass pushing. Chris Jones' ability from interior position, one of the hardest places to generate a pressure. Chris Jones collapsing a pocket from inside of stopping the run with a powerful penetration, delivering in clutch postseason moment. Chris Jones is able to make a powerful penetration in defensive of the opponent. So the Dallas Cowboys has talented edge rushes, but ending Jones would make their defensive front near unstoppable with an opponent. With Jones attacking the middle, opposing quarterback with attacking quarterbacks would have nowhere to escape. He would elevate Cowboy pass rush levels, strengthen rush defense against physical teams, bring championship experience to a locked team. A dominant interior defender in offer, missing a piece in a deep playoff runs. And Jones fit that role perfectly well. And the Dallas Cowboys has officially announced the third player, which is DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins is a nailed playmaker at receiver. DeAndre Hopkins is known for his incredible hands, body control, and ability to win a contested catches. Even in a tight coverage, he finds the way to come down with a football. His route running intelligence and experience make him a quarterback's best friend. Hopkins is an exceptional in red zone situations, reliable on third down, a veteran leader with a playoff experience. Although Dallas already has a strong receiving talent, adding Hopkins would give Prescott another air target in a playoff game, where a defensive tie-up, having a receiver who can win one more matches up is crucial. DeAndre Hopkins would create a matchup nightmares for a defense, draw attention away from other receivers, increase offensive consistency in a big games. Jerry Jones finally announced by a Dallas Cowboy. A Dallas Cowboy finally announced a key player in the team. The Dallas Cowboys are once again at the center of NFL spotlight. Under the aggressive leadership of the owner and general manager, Jerry Jones, the franchise is actively exploring major roster upgrades. After falling short of Super Bowl expectations in a recent season, the Cowboys are reportedly prepared to make a bold financial commitment and blockbuster trade to return to a championship. Jerry Jones had made it clear, Dallas is not rebuilding, they are reloading. Let's break down the key names linked for the Cowboys. George Pickens have emerged as one of the most dynamic and physical receivers in a league, known for his elite body control, contested catch ability, and deep ball threat. Pickens developed into a throw in a pitbull. The Cowboys have been searching for a reliable, explosive complement to CD Lamb. Pickens fit that role perfectly and very perfectly. His ability to stretch a field vertically would open up the entire Dallas offense. So for the contract situation for George Pickens, if a Dallas were to acquire and to extend George Pickens' contract, the financial commitment could look like estimated extension. The money for extending his contract will be 22 up to 28 millions US dollar per year. For the total project deal, which will be 4 years, will be 90 US dollar up to 110 million US dollar. So for the granted money that will be given to George Pickens will be 65 millions per 4 years. That would place him among the highest paid receiver in NFL. George Pickens, if he extends his contract in Dallas Cowboys, will be a higher paid receiver in the NFL. Jerry Jones understands that elite wide receivers are expensive, but he also knows you can't win modern NFL games without Jerry Jones. The second player that have been announced by a Dallas Cowboy is Max Crosby, a defensive superstar. His current team is Las Vegas Raiders and position is defensive end. Max Crosby is 20 years old and is one of the most feared pass rusher in the football. Relentless, high motor, and incredible productive, Crosby consistently rank among the league leader in sacks, quarterback pressure, and tackles for a loss. Crosby signed a massive extension with Raiders of approximately in 3 years was 106 million US dollar and around 35 millions per year in Raiders. This makes him one of the highest paid non-quarterfinal in NFL, a Jacksonville Jaguar in London over a decade ago. Well, those have yet to be released. The game will be held in Maracana Stadium. Thought date, time, and Cowboys opponent have yet to be announced. Still, I'm sure they will find a way to make this one of the only game on TV that night so that everyone and their mother can tune on, make sure the Cowboys learn all the numbers. I'm sure Jerry Jones has already made the call to make this happen. Heck, it might even take place at opening night kickoff game. Who knows? Brasilia is the home of more than 36 million NFL fans and is one of the league's most significant international market. The announcement followed the NFL multi-year commitment to bring at least 3 regular season games at Brasilia over the next 5 years, reinforcing the league's long-term investment in Brazil. As noted above, the only other regular season game the Cowboys have played outside the US occurred in 2014. When they faced the Jaguars at Wembley Stadium in London, Dallas won game 31-17, but 11 full seasons have gone before Cowboys have gone out of the country. Before that, Cowboy had played all international games in preseason, including games in Mexico City, Montreal, Toronto, and Tokyo. The NFL also announced the 49 and Rams will play a Melbourne, Australia during 2026 season as well. The league has played 2 games in Brazil, Paca Eagles, Chief Charger in Sao Paulo and Corinthians Arena. I think it is good things that teams are playing in other parts of the country. The only issue I have is how they schedule it. To me, the best thing would be to have the team either play the game following bye week or allow them to bye week for the following week. Heading internationally and playing this game is always hard to watch, but if the players are given an extra time either before or after, I think it will improve the play on the field very greatly. Honestly, down the road, I think at some point we have gone to turn a good and not just playing a game internationally. 62 years regular season NFL games have been played outside the United States, with London, Berlin, Munich, Frankfurt, Madrid, Dublin, Sao Paulo, Mexico City, and Toronto having hosted game to a date. As soon as more details get released about this game, I will come back and update this post, but either way, it will be fun to see how many Cowboys fans come out for the game in that country, in Brasilia and Rio de Janeiro. I think it will be a lot. The Cowboys have a lot to follow about before and get that point through. You can check out. I will start getting some important players signed and then worrying about what they plan to do with their first round pick. The offseason started well with the new defensive staff. Now they just need to make sure they finish the job and get the right personnel in building. And building on the